Hi everyone, welcome back to my weekly meal plan episode. If you are new, this is an episode that comes out every Wednesday where I share with you what is on my family's meal plan for the upcoming week. I use an app to keep track of my meal plan, and I plan in advance. I rotate meals on a regular basis, and I encourage you to do the same if you feel like you're struggling with getting a meal plan together. So that's kind of the basis of how I keep my meal plan going, and I do add in some things when I feel like it, but Monday through Thursday I rotate on a regular basis specific meals, and then the other meals I try to, like for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, once I have a meal, I always try and go to a future date and repeat that meal again, whether that be in 2 weeks, in a month, in 2 months, whatever, however soon I want to make it again. I always try to repeat a meal at some point in the future so I don't forget about it and so that I can build my meal plans in advance. So anyway, I'm trying to keep relaying that information when I do these episodes this week because I kind of got out of giving some of that information, and I think it's important because I feel like if you can kind of allow yourself to do some of those repeats or create some type of rotation, it can make your life so much easier if you find that you're in a season of life where you struggle with getting a meal plan together. And as I always say, meal planning is so helpful because it helps you with time, with stress, and with spending less money at the grocery store because you're actually only purchasing the things that you need to make the meals for the week. These recipes in this meal plan, any recipes that I mentioned that are a link to a website, can be found on my website with this full meal plan, which can be found at lolasfrugallife.com if you're interested in, if any of these sound like something you might want to try. So for this meal plan starts Saturday, April 29th. So Saturday we are doing baked ham and cheese party sandwiches, which is from allrecipes.com. This is not one of my typical meals, but it's something that I'll make every once in a while, just kind of like something simple and kind of fun. It's basically these ham sandwiches that you bake in the oven. You get like little rolls, like dinner rolls kind of, and you layer them with Swiss cheese and ham, and then you make this mixture of like butter with Dijon mustard and I forgot, maybe some seasonings, and you melt it on the stove, and then you like brush it over the top of the sandwiches in a baking dish, and then you bake them in the oven so they're like hot and that mixture kind of melts into the top. I think they're really good. We just make them every once in a while just for something different. And I was going to make some Hellmann's original potato salad to go with them, and that is from food.com. I forgot to mention that the baked ham and cheese sandwiches are from allrecipes.com. So that will be for Saturday. For Sunday, I'm going to do pulled chicken. I don't have an actual recipe to share. I just basically take boneless chicken thighs and I put them in the crock pot, and I put a package of pulled pork sauce like you can get in the grocery store. They have like the crock pot like pulled pork sauce packet. They probably have one for pulled chicken too. I just used the pulled pork one. Basically the same thing. And then just let it cook in the crock pot all day, and then just make some sandwiches, like buy some rolls and serve the chicken with some sandwiches like that. And then as a side, I was going to do some classic macaroni salad, which is from allrecipes.com. It's just like the typical like elbow macaroni with mayo, vinegar, sugar, that type of thing to go on the side with the pulled pork sandwiches. So we're kind of doing like going into spring, summer type, I don't know, simple little type meals that I feel like are more on the some things that I make more towards the summer season. Although pulled chicken obviously could be made year round, but like with the macaroni salad and the potato salad, I'm kind of bringing in spring and summer. I think I'm really excited about the change in the season. So Monday, just keeping with that theme, but not intentionally, because Monday is our day for hot dogs, and I do that once a month. It just happened to fall the same day after I did all those other type meals. So Monday we're going to do hot dogs. I'm going to be doing canned chili because I think I'm out of the chili that I had been using that I had frozen when I made like a big batch of crock pot chili. I think I'm out of that, so I'll probably be doing a can of canned chili and doing some of the home fried potatoes in the air fryer. Where, as I've said, I don't have a recipe for that, but I just take some potatoes and peppers and onions and dice them up and toss them in a little olive oil and salt and pepper and cook them up in the air fryer. And we like to put those on the hot dogs themselves, or you could just eat it as a side. When you put it on the hot dog, it's kind of like an Italian hot dog. I don't know if that's like a New Jersey, New York thing, but some people I know hadn't heard of those before when I had mentioned it. So that's what we do with it, and it's really good. So that is for Monday. For Tuesday, I always do my Mexican theme meal. So this week I'm doing Southwest Skillet by Campbell's Kitchen, which is from allrecipes.com. And this is basically like a ground beef skillet meal. It's got like ground beef, soup in it, tomatoes, beans, white rice, cheddar cheese, and then I serve it with tortilla chips on the side, and we kind of just like dunk the chips in the skillet dish, or you can eat it plain, however you like it. So that will be nice and easy. On Wednesday, I'm doing creamy Tuscan salmon shrimp pasta. This has kind of come into one of our regular Wednesday seafood rotations. It's really good and it's really easy to make. So this is from simply-delicious-food.com. And with this dish, you basically like cook up some salmon and then you cook up some shrimp and you put them aside, and then you make like a creamy sauce in the pan. You add everything back and then you make some pasta to go with it. I've been doing fettuccine, and then I mix it all together, the fettuccine with the creamy sauce and the salmon and the shrimp, and it comes out really good. So we're going to be doing that again this Wednesday. For Thursday, we always do soup and sometimes grilled cheese, or sometimes just soup, and then or breakfast for dinner, because that's the night I go food shopping. So this week we're going to be doing soup. I'm going to be doing spinach tortellini soup, which is from allrecipes.com. This is probably one of the easiest soups ever. It's basically just like chicken broth with frozen tortellinis and frozen spinach, and that's it. You basically just like cook up the tortellinis in the chicken broth and then add some frozen spinach. So really simple, but I think it tastes really good. That's actually a good one to do some grilled cheese sandwiches on the side. So maybe I will actually try and put in the small little bit of effort to make the grilled cheese sandwiches, because I've been really lazy about it lately, and we usually just wind up having the soup. So that's for Thursday. For Friday, I actually don't have a recipe to share because our family is going to be going out to dinner. My one daughter is going to be finishing up her school. She's been going to a beauty school to get her esthetician license, where she'll be doing like waxing and skincare, facials, all those types of things. So to celebrate her end of her schooling, we're going to be going out to dinner on Friday, which also happens to be Cinco de Mayo. So that should be fun, a fun day to go out for dinner. So that's it for this week's meal plan. Like I said, you can find this meal plan and links to any recipes that I mentioned on my website at lolasfrugallife.com. So thank you so much for listening, and I will see you back here next week. So thank you for checking in for this podcast episode. And don't forget, you can always email me with any questions or suggestions at lolasfrugallife@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at lolasfrugallife. And you can find a blog post for most of my episodes, and definitely all of my meal plan episodes, at lolasfrugallife.com. You can also join our private listeners group at facebook.com/groups/lolasfrugallife. And if you enjoy the show, please make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you listen from. And I would love it if you would screenshot the show and tag me on Instagram so I could see you're listening. Also, if you can please take a couple of seconds to rate and review the podcast. Those ratings and reviews are what help the show come up better in search results so that other people can find this podcast. So that will really help me in growing my audience. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have an awesome day.